are we, ladies? We are the Tigers. When your feet hit the ground, you should be running. You're in the hunt for your next great championship. Who are we?
We are Tigers!
Who are we?
We are Tigers!
Inside LSU Gymnastics with Coach Dee Dee Bro. Brought to you by New Orleans Roast Coffee.
Welcome to another edition of Inside LSU Gymnastics. Tonight, in front of a great crowd inside the Pete Maravich Assembly Center on the campus of LSU in Baton Rouge, the Fighting Tigers of LSU, ranked 5th in the country this week, take it to the Georgia Gym Dogs in a big way, and the Tigers go 197-050, breaking the 197 barrier for the first time this season at home, and the Tigers really look great right out of the gate. The first 3 vaulters, Bob Moore just stuck them cold.
It was beautiful. I mean, it was beautiful. I would like to script a story like that every time, but you know, it just happened. And of course, you know, I'll take full credit. But those girls have worked their rear ends off. They've done the work, as Dee Dee has told them time and time and time again. You've done the work, now just go out there and receive the glory.
So over 5,700 piled into the Maravich Center tonight, 3rd largest crowd in the history of LSU Gymnastics. And Bob, right off the gate, something special happened, and that was Kaylee Dixon. The first time in the 4 years that she's been an LSU Tiger, she breaks the 9-9 barrier on vault.
Yeah, it was sweet, and good for her, because you know, she has struggled and looked great going 9.875. Right.
By contrast, if you go 9-9 at the beginning with Kaylee Dixon, Brittany Taylor steps up in a scoring role for the Tigers on vault. Gosh, I mean, 9-9 again, but it was every bit as good as we've seen.
It was great, you know. And then Jessie Jordan steps up, who's had some issues with trying to stick and having problems, and then goes out there, and I mean, she just gets down into that landing and she was not giving it up.
No, it absolutely was not, and as a result, she ties her career high with a 9-9. So we're halfway through the vault. Tiger fans are absolutely on their feet and can really sense that this meet is starting off in a special way. And then it was up to the last 3 in the lineup to keep it rolling. And Malia Mathis with a bit of a step on her landing, and then Randy Lau comes right back, and you know, wow.
Yeah, it was great off top of the horse. Nice, quick, crisp twist, you know. And before she went, I went down the runway and I reminded her, it's not about the landing. It's not about the landing. Let's just execute the vault, you know, and then we'll take what comes out of it. And it was one of those things where I thought she was going to nail it, but just a little bit off.
Well, and then Reagan Corville tonight is the anchor. Sari Morrison held out of the vault lineup again, continuing to, I think, to kind of get that ankle prepared for the stretch run of the season, which is really coming. So Reagan steps up, Bob, and goes 9.925 tonight as your anchor, giving you a 49.5. And I know you'll take that team score, what, 7 days a week?
Oh yeah, every day, twice.
We, you know, Bob had a chance last week to do something a little special with you, and put a little microphone on your sweater and followed you around for a little bit.
That was really a lot of fun once I got used to Big Brother listening to everything I was thinking and saying and trying to communicate with the girls. But you know, it was fun.
So let's take a look and see what Bob actually did have to say last week.
All right, Randy. Start slow, build. And snap. Good, good. Make sure those head's inside your arms in that round off, okay? We get that speed, you won't quarter. Atta girl, atta girl. JJ, yeah. Nice, nice, nice. A little bit tighter in your hips coming off the board means everything in your legs are going to be tighter in the turn, okay? Good, good, good. If I get her in the right spot of the board, she'll pop up faster. Coming off the horse will be even quicker. It'll be unbelievable how good it'll be. That's it. Nice job. That's what I want right there. I'll come unglued. You do stuff like that, I'll go nuts. Ooh, I like that, Kaylee. I like that, Kaylee. You got all of it. That's what we want to see. But you don't let your toes lead the way. You've got to keep this thing open. And then look, when this lands, I want it stop, gimme, gimme, gimme before you move. Atta girl. All right, you're done. Nice job. Come on, guys. Yeah! Yeah! Nice! That's what I wanted! Yes! Oh, I could see it in the air. I love those. I love those. I love those. I love those.
Ladies and gentlemen, score on the vault for the Tigers, Reagan Corbell, 995.
Let her just flow. Yeah!
Inside LSU Gymnastics with Dee Bro is brought to you by New Orleans Roast Coffee, the LSU Tiger Spotters, Wow Cafe American Grill and Wingery, Flying Tigers Gymnastics Camp, PJ's Coffee, Glenn Armentor Law Corporation, and by Premier Office Products.
Tiger fans, join LSU Gymnastics coach Dee Bro and former LSU football All-American Brady James for two special events. Catch Tailgate for the Fight March 7th, 6 to 9 p.m. inside the LSU Tiger Stadium Club, a night of food, fun, and spirited auction bidding. Admission is $56. Also join us March 8th at 7 p.m. as we host the 6th annual Etta James Memorial Meet as LSU will take on rival Alabama. Tickets just $1. And don't forget, wear pink. For info, email promotions@lsu.edu.
Taste that brew, pillow and apple pie. Walk on in, see a few friends. Where you at, what now?
Yeah, got to get up early in the morning, man. You know, I gotta have my coffee. So I'm gonna run on down to PJ's. You gotta have it. It's early in the morning.
Who are we?
We are Tigers!
Who are we?
We are Tigers!
Inside LSU Gymnastics with Coach Dee Bro.
We're back on Inside LSU Gymnastics, and Associate Head Coach Jay Clark joins me now. And Jay, the uneven bars tonight that fall under your area of expertise, 49-3, the third highest team score. It really is an apparatus that's on the move for the Fighting Tigers.
Well, they're making a lot of progress, Mike, and it's good to see a lot of them continue to mature mentally and be able to go for things a little more aggressively than is their normal comfort zone. You know, when you do things one way for years and years and years, it's hard to get out of that comfort zone, and so some of them have just really had to work hard at being more aggressive and attacking their routines a little bit better, and they're getting there. They're getting a lot better.
And it also seems like that you are getting comfortable with a bit of a lineup in the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think those back four are pretty much set. I don't think you'll see a whole lot of movement there. You know, we still moving people in and out of the first and second spot with Jesse. Primarily Jesse, Brittany Ramsey, and Lamencia are really the ones that seem to be kind of duking it out there. We've got several other routines that are capable of going, but I think those three right now seem to be the ones they're probably the ones you're going to see down the stretch.
Well, Brittany Ramsey was in the 2 spot tonight and goes 9.75 for you, and then followed by Kaylee Dixon. And when Kaylee gets to the 9.85 mark, you really kind of felt like that the table was being set.
Yeah, you did, and you know, Ramsey's got a beautiful routine, and she's got to get that thing. We see her stick that dismount a lot, and it's to a place where we need her to turn the corner on that. It's time for her to make the difference and to turn the corner. And that would really help set the table for Kaylee, because Kaylee has gone 9.85, 9.875, 9.825. She's been in that range quite a bit, and her execution continues to improve. But when you don't have a really solid set ahead of her, sometimes you know it's hard to back the judges into a corner a little bit. And so I think Kaylee's doing a great job. We need Ramsey to kind of pick it up a little bit.
Well, then you start to really get into the meat and potatoes of your bars lineup tonight, and you know, you felt Georgia was putting the pressure on over on the vault, and they were throwing some good scores, and the Tigers and the Gym Dogs were just going at it, you know, 1 for 1.
Well, you know, I looked at this meet going in, and Dee and I talked quite a bit, and really we felt like we were in a good place because to date, our best events have been vault and floor, and to open with one and to be able to finish with one was a pretty good place to be.
For the last 3 weeks or so, you've sandwiched Reagan Corville, Sari Morrison, and right in the middle has been Randy Wyrick. And Randy just continues to improve on this event. Tonight, a season high, a career high for her, 9.925.
Yeah, well, Reagan is you know, a great routine, regardless of where you put Reagan. And then you put Randy behind her, and Randy gives us a line that nobody else on the team has. She has that great extension, the long legs, those kinds of things that just gives us a different look on bars. And I think it's she's beginning to believe that she can be one of the best bar workers on our team, and I think it showed tonight, and her face lit up when that score went up. You know, I think it was really sort of a cathartic moment for her, because I think she really realized, hey, maybe I can be good on this event, and it was exciting to see her kind of turn the corner and get over that hump a little bit.
Talking about being as good as she can be, our anchor for this season on the uneven bars, Sari Morrison, the junior from Dallas. All I have to say is this: 9 meets, she's won 8 bar titles. That's just unbelievable.
Well, I mean, we say it every week, and you know, I don't know how much more you can say. She and Randy both stuck right there in the 5-6 spots, and when you're landing dismounts the way they did, it's like that dessert of a great meal, you know, and the judges just love it. And so when you land that well, it puts an exclamation point on an otherwise great routine, and suddenly you've got great scores.
And one of the things that those stuck landings did tonight, Jay, is the large crowd in the Maravich Center really got into the action with those stuck landings and really enjoyed them.
Well, they did, and I thought this crowd, you know, I know what the announced number was, but it looked every bit of 7,000 to me in there, because if we had 5,000 2 weeks ago, that was a much bigger crowd. This place was at least half full, and it seats almost 14,000. So it was a big crowd. It was an exuberant crowd. They were into it, and you know, the atmosphere continues to grow here, and there's exciting things going on here at LSU Gymnastics, and so I'm just pleased, and I hope that people will come out and we'll have an even bigger crowd against Alabama next week.
Well, Sari Morrison and Randy Wyrick tie for the bars title tonight with identical 9.925s, and after tonight's meet, we had a chance to catch up with the freshmen from Las Vegas.
It was a great feeling, you know, they're always encouraging. We kept the energy up the whole entire time, and, you know, we had a lot of confidence coming into this meet, and, you know, we just did what we did in practice and came out with a win, so. We did really great. We were aggressive, and even though we had some mistakes, we overcame them, and that's what we've been working on in practice, and I'm really happy that we all were all in it, and it paid off tonight.
For years, we've maintained our track record of success for those hurt, while giving back to the community. Doing what's right has its rewards, and we're honored to be called the best by you. Earlier this year, a jury of tens of thousands of people, many of you, considered the facts, the evidence, and made a just decision of which law firm is the best. The verdict is in. For the 5th year in a row, thank you.
Wow.
The WOW Performance of the Week, brought to you by WOW Cafe. Jessica Savona, 9.875, and a very emotional week. She was terrific.
We're back on Inside LSU Gymnastics. At the halfway point of tonight's meet in the Maravich Center, the LSU Tigers with a 3.5-tenth lead over the Georgia Gym Dogs, and the Tigers of LSU moved into the balance beam tonight, and head coach Dee Bro joins me. And Dee, tonight on the balance beam, you know, your Fighting Tigers fought and clawed for everything that they earned tonight.
Well, you know, and beam was not what we saw all week long in practice. We made some changes, so when you see this lineup tonight, and you're familiar with our lineup, you're going to know that we made some serious changes. Kaylee Dixon led us off and did a tremendous job. I mean, to go up, we watered it down. We asked her to only do one layout. We've been trying to do a one-arm handspring in the end of a routine, but we really went conservative and said, just give us a good hit set, and she did. Stuck her dismount, and I was very, very, very pleased.
9.775 gets you rolling from Kaylee Dixon, and then Brittany Taylor in her first scoring beam for the LSU Tigers, an admirable job.
Well, Brittany had a big week, and you know, we told the kids, however we do in our inner squad is how we're going to bring this lineup along, and we did Cole sets, and she was very responsive and did a super job of just doing what we needed to do, stay on the beam. I was very pleased with what she did. You know, Lamencia Hall came to beam and had a beautiful warm-up and had a great routine. Really didn't have many deductions, maybe just some little checks, and then gets to her dismount, and I'm real close, and I see one foot kind of not hit the beam solid, and you know, she took her big deduction in the dismount. So you know, and that was uncharacteristic. So you know, we'll give her that one. Right. Next person, Reagan Corville. Now we're in the same situation. Our back of our lineup's a little bit tight. Reagan goes up and does beautiful routine. Her, you know, opens with an Arabian. She does a nice, soft back handspring, back layout, steps out and stands straight up without a lunge. Her leap combination is 180 degrees, absolute beautiful splits. Finishes with that lovely front aerial that's just really soft, and connects it with a beautiful C-zone and sticks her dismount.
So the Tigers get to the last person in the lineup tonight, Jessie Jordan, who's been the anchor on the beam. And tonight, when you needed a big performance, Jessie Jordan steps up for you.
We are, because you know, when Jessie goes, we know we're counting a 9.6, so that automatically puts you in that category where you're not going to get that 49. And we know what Georgia is doing on floor. Jessie gets up and does a beautiful routine, sticks her dismount, and just really kind of closes out that event for us on a real positive note. Does a great job.
And the Tigers were at 48.875 for the event, and it really kept us in the meet going into the strong suit, Dee, into the flow exercise. The Tiger crowd got to their feet, and you could really see that our girls just really fed off of that energy.
Well, Mike, the crowd made a difference, and you know, momentum is a intoxicating drug, and they did. We had momentum, and the kids refused to let it go, refused to let down, and they did a beautiful job. We went to floor, led off with Jessie Jordan. Her first two tumbling passes, her presentation I thought was really, really good. We asked her to be a little conservative in her last pass and took the twist out, and she kind of tucks a little bit instead of laid out, and that was her only real deduction in that routine. And you know, I'm hoping that would not cost us, and it didn't. We picked up momentum, and followed with Kaylee Dixon, who didn't compete last week. She steps back in and does a great job for us.
9.85 ties her season high for Kaylee Dixon, the redshirt junior from Oldsmar, Florida, right outside of Tampa, Florida area. And you really felt that going into the number 3 performer in the lineup, judging by what Georgia was doing over on the balance beam, that really Jessica Savone in that 3rd spot had a unique opportunity tonight.
Well, she did, and you know, Jessie was not planning on competing. We had her out of the lineup. She'd been to Canada this week for her grandfather's funeral, and I was really counting on her going out there and just nailing that big last pass, which she did.
Well, she absolutely did with a 9.875, and I thought it really brought the crowd even to a higher level tonight, and that set the stage for Malia Mathis, Reagan Corville, and then of course Mency Hall.
Yeah, Malia started out with double layout, landed a little bit short, but her middle pass was beautiful. You know, she does that front step out through to a double tuck. And then her leap combination I thought was really bouncy, really good. Sets her up for a beautiful double pike at the end of the routine. And you know, she gives us the score that we need. She goes 9.875. One of the judges liked it a lot. Got a 9.9 out of one of them. So we felt like at that point, the last 2 people, our strongest 2 floor people, were set up.
And then Reagan Corville comes in. You know, I felt that, you know, Reagan right off the top, Dee, she seemed like she just really wanted to own the room tonight.
Yeah.
And she goes 9.875. And then, of course, the number 1 ranked floor performer in the country in Lamencia Hall did not disappoint in any way tonight. This crowd of over 5,700 in the Maravich Center.
Well, and you know, Reagan did a beautiful job setting Lamencia up. Her last 2 tumbling passes, she finishes with a double pike, which was beautiful tonight. Her leap combination, just everything in the routine was spectacular. Then Lamencia steps on the floor and she captivates the crowd.
And the crowd just came to their feet tonight. And then, of course, when the announcement was made at the end that the 995 posts the Tigers had locked up at first 197 of the season in the Maravich Center. Tonight, that's number 4, if you count the ones on the road as well. It's going to help the RQS, which is so important this time of year, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, and we're being ranked 5th and Georgia 7th. This meet took on a real national importance. And I think that LSU had the opportunity to make a statement tonight, and the girls stepped out there and did a terrific job of not denying themselves a victory.
I think this is definitely historical. From the very beginning, we said that we were going to make history for LSU Gymnastics. I think we're doing just that. We're on the right path to do just that. I mean, 197 at home, that's just wonderful. I don't know the stats on how long it goes back, but it's just awesome to be able to have this as a team camaraderie. I mean, no matter what, we had a few mistakes, but I think we came together and was like, you know what, we're not going to let those mistakes defeat us because we can do all things.
Students everywhere agree LSU is a phenomenal choice. Experience the campus where passion becomes genius. Now, only at LSU.
Tiger fans, join LSU Gymnastics coach Dee Bro and former LSU football All-American Brady James for 2 special events. Catch Tailgate for the Fight March 7th, 6 to 9 p.m. inside the LSU Tiger Stadium Club. A night of food, fun, and spirited auction bidding. Admission is $56. Also join us March 8th at 7 p.m. as we host the 6th annual Etta James Memorial Meet as LSU will take on rival Alabama. Tickets just $1. And don't forget, wear pink. For info, email promotions@lsu.edu.
This week's Stick of the Week, brought to you by Premier Office Products of Baton Rouge, belongs to Jessie Jordan, the final performer on balance beam tonight, 9.875, and she brought it home for the Tigers tonight. We're back inside the Maravich Center on the campus of Louisiana State University in Baton Rouge. Tonight, a huge victory for the LSU Tigers over the Georgia Gym Dogs. Number 5 beats number 7 in front of the 3rd largest crowd in the history of the Maravich Center for LSU Gymnastics. And Dee, that leads us in to next week. It's all on the line when Alabama comes into the Maravich Center. It's the Etta James Memorial Meet. It's an opportunity to finish the home season undefeated, and it's also another opportunity to get another great score.
Opportunities abound. And Mike, Thursday night before we compete on Friday, we've got that huge tailgate event up in the Stadium Club. That it's a part of that fundraiser, and it starts at 6 o'clock. And you can go online and get tickets, or walk up and come on and enjoy the fun. We've got lots of great auction items and terrific food. So I want to pitch the tailgate, and then the gymnastics meet. It's $1 a ticket. $1 a ticket, and it's going to be a barn burner. If this meet was great, Alabama, they're ranked ahead of us. It's going to be an incredible meet.
From the looks of the crowd tonight, we're expecting folks up in the rafters when it comes to the Maravich Center being packed on Friday night.
It was rocking in here tonight. Oh, it was a great atmosphere.
It truly was, and thanks to all of the Tiger fans that showed up tonight here in the Maravich Center. Especially thanks to you all for watching Inside LSU Gymnastics. A thanks to our great sponsors. And I really appreciate everybody getting behind the show, Dee Dee. The impact just in the few short weeks that we've been doing this has been significant. The feedback from Oklahoma and from Texas and all the way up in Ohio, it's been great.
Well, the replay, you can watch them all are on our YouTube site. LSU Gymnastics. So go there and watch them. And, Mincy has created this little following for herself. She's had a lot of hits, and she had kids drive in from Texas tonight to watch her perform.
Well, and she certainly didn't disappoint. So we hope you enjoyed this edition of Inside LSU Gymnastics as much as we enjoyed being in the Maravich Center tonight. So for head coach Dee Bro, for associate head coach Jay Clark, and assistant coach Bob Moore, I'm Mike Smith saying thanks for watching Inside LSU Gymnastics with Coach Dee Bro. We'll see you next week.
Inside LSU Gymnastics with Dee Bro has been brought to you by New Orleans Roast Coffee, the LSU Tiger Spotters, Wow Cafe American Grill and Wingery, Flying Tigers Gymnastics Camp, PJ's Coffee, Glenn Armentor Law Corporation, and by Premier Office Products.